Good morning, ultimate hustlers and digital empire builders. It is that time for the Cortez Hustle Show, and today we're talking the art of dealing with people, man, the power of networking and getting people to do what you want them to do, not because you want them to do it, but because they want to do it for you. How do you do that with majesty? How do you do that with ease? How do you do that without touching people, right? That's what charisma is the art of moving people without touching them, according to my mentor, Brian Bean. So we're going to get all the way into that today. Do me a huge favor, comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and or your brand, smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen, and let's kick it this morning. Yo, what's up, ultimate hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally or I've learned from or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network, and when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show. I am, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, coming to you live and direct from the Local Biz Marketing Pro Studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. If you are a local business, I have a question for you. Would you rather be best known or would you rather be the best, right? That's a trick question. A lot of people don't understand the power of being best known even before you become the best. And we help small businesses optimize their online presence, increase their lead flow, grow their revenue so that they can expand their operation and ultimately contribute more to the communities that they serve. Localbizmarketingpros.com. We've got some free resources for you to go check out that website. Hustle on in here, man. Click the like button, click the share button, comment the name of your business and or your brand. We got Seed Development LLC in the building. Remote real estate investing. My man Mark, what's going on this morning? A couple quick announcements before we get into today's topic, the art of dealing with people, man. It is so critically important that we understand how to deal with people. So I'm going to give you some tips and some strategies from this book by Les Giblin. This is a tiny, tiny little book. But when I tell you this mug is packed full of gems, and I'm going to try to extract as many as I can for you guys today, but you might want to go and grab that one. So for those of you who are in the local St. Louis area, you know that one of my clients, the St. Louis Griffins professional basketball franchise, is growing their organization and they are putting together a dance team. So if you're in the St. Louis area and you want to try out for a dance team, check out their page at STL Griffins B-Ball on Facebook or Instagram, and they should have notifications going up as to where you can sign up for the tryouts for the dance team. Monetize My Life Academy price is going up, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to be in a community of people who are getting the tools, templates, training, resources, and support to grow their business, especially online, right now it's $97 a month. but that is going up to 147 at the end of this month. So just keep that in mind. Also, your boy Cortez Hustle and my girl Michelle A will be hanging out tomorrow night on the playground, right? Grown folks conversations. I don't know if I'm ready for this, but we're gonna see. But this is a fun show, and we're gonna hang out tomorrow night live in their studio. So make sure you go check out the playground, and it's gonna be super fun for us. And then also new product alert for those of you who are thinking about running Facebook ads. Then we've got something for you. If you're a service business and you want to start running Facebook ads, then we've got some proven ad campaigns that you can launch in just 3 clicks. Boom, boom, boom. Your ad is up and running. So all you got to do is comment Facebook ads, and I'll make sure I get you the link over to our FB Ads Magic product to check it out. So every episode of the Cortez Hustle Show, we start the same way with a quote of the day. So today is no different. Today's quote is from the legendary hustler, Mr. J. Prince. He said, every day we wake up with 2 blessings, a chance and a choice. My question to you, what are you going to do with it? Every day we wake up with 2 blessings, a chance and a choice. You got another chance, man, to make things right. Maybe you didn't end the night well on a positive note with some people that you love. Well, you got another chance to make that right? And you can choose to continue to let bitterness fester. You can choose to not want to be the bigger person, make them have to reach out, right? You can choose a lot of different things, right? One of the things that I choose every day is gratitude. I choose to be grateful no matter what's going on in my life. This morning, I got to working out this morning, and I reached down to pick up one of the weights, and man, tweaked my back. I could have chosen to let that ruin my day. I'm sitting in here pain right now, but I chose to fight through it. I chose to continue on my day. I chose to see it as a blessing, because if I can feel pain, you know what that means? That means I'm alive, baby. So I'm okay with that. So every day, man, I want you to think about that. You got a chance and a choice, and it's up to you to decide what you're going to do with them both. So that's going to do it for the quote of the day right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by our brand new product, FB Ads Magic. Ladies and gentlemen, you can launch ads in just 3 clicks. We got the email, texting, and lead follow-up ready for you. There's 21 different niches, over 100 different pre-built campaigns that have already been tested. They're already making tons and tons of leads for other people. So why would it be any different from you? These campaigns are proven to attract the right buyers for your product or service, but primarily in the service-based industry. Check out localbizmarketingpros.com/FB Magic. And I'll put the link in the comments and the show notes as well. So let's get ready to get into our topic for today, where we're going to be talking about the art of dealing with people. Again, this little gem right here, this is one that I read every year as well. I got some standard books that I read every year over and over again. And this is one of them. And I'm just going to start, we're just going to dive right in, man, because there's a lot to cover. Thought conditioning can make the mind alert and powerful enough to change the thinking that comes up from the subconscious mind. A creative kind of thinking that leads to success and happiness. That's Norman Vincent Peale. Thought conditioning, right? Sometimes we don't necessarily, the thoughts that pop into our heads don't always they're not always pleasant. Sometimes we don't know where they come from, but you can condition your thinking, though, in a way that those thoughts are more in alignment with what you want to be floating around in your head every day. So thinking creatively about human relationships. All of us want 2 things out of life: success and happiness. The one common denominator to all success and happiness is other people. Don't never let anybody make you believe that you don't need other people. Right? Now, hear me when I say this. because some of y'all are going to say, well, I don't need other people to win. I don't need other people to be successful. Listen, y'all, by our natural design, by our creator, we have been designed to be interdependent. That means dependent upon other people. Now, if you do not feel that you need other people, chances are you spend a large portion of your life being let down by other people, and maybe you're just trying to move and just get things done. And I get it, but I promise you, all success is dependent upon how we deal one with another. Various scientific studies have proven that if you learn how to deal with other people, you will have gone 85% of the way down the road to success in any business, occupation, or profession, and about 99% of the way to personal happiness. Merely getting along isn't the answer. What counts is a way to deal with people that will bring us personal satisfaction and at the same time not trample on others' egos. That's what it's all about, man. You have an ego, so does everybody else. And as my man Charlemagne the God says, the male ego is the most fragile thing on the planet. But all of us have those egos. Human relations is the science of dealing with people in such a way that our egos and their egos remain intact, right? The reason 90% of people fail in life is a failure to deal successfully with people, period. I know we don't want to hear this, because in successfully dealing with people means I have to take responsibilities for some of my own ish. And some of us don't want to do that, right? Some of us don't want to believe that the way I said it, when I said it, how I said it, why I said it was the cause of the destruction of some of our relationships. We don't want to believe that. We always want to put it on other people, right? Gary Vaynerchuk does a lot of talk on self-awareness and self-blame and removing it from everybody else. That is, everything is my fault. Everything. It's all my fault. It's all on me. And when you take that stance and that attitude, what you're doing is you are empowering yourself to make the change. If everything is somebody else's fault, then that weakens my ability to make any corrective change, because if it's their fault, then I'm giving them the power to fix it. Now, if it's my fault, then I got the power to fix it, right? Everything is my fault. Your personality problems are your problems with other people, right? Failure as a personality is a failure in learning to deal successfully with people. So what I'm going to do is I pulled out some things that we're going to really hit hard on. But I wanted to lay the foundation, right? Skill in human relations is similar to skill in any other field, in that success depends on understanding and mastering certain basic general principles. You must not only know what to do, but why you're doing it. Influencing people is an art, not a gimmick. I want y'all to get that, because I'm going to give you a lot of strategies. I'm going to give you a lot of tactics, but they have to come from a genuine place. This is not gimmicky stuff, right? I remember coming up in the network marketing world. A lot of times in network marketing, one of the best things that the network marketing, and I know y'all think that network marketing is a pyramid, y'all think it's illegal, y'all think it's a get rich quick scheme, and to the likes of my man, Dr. Myron Golden, you better be trying to get rich quick, because you're not going to live long enough to get rich slow, right? One of my favorite quotes from Myron Golden. But one of the things that they do is, because they know that they're bringing people from an employee mindset and an employee background, and in order to be successful in direct sales, you have to switch to a business owner mentality and entrepreneurship mentality. One of the things that they do is they are heavy on personal growth and self-development to help people make that transition. And one of the books that they always recommend, I don't care what company that you go in, is they're all will recommend How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I've read that book, or I read portions of that book, and I thought to myself, this stuff don't work. And you know why it didn't work for me? Is because I was using it as a gimmick, right? And now I look at the relationships that I have today, and every relationship that I've built, every partnership that I've built, it's been based on genuinely using the principles that I learned in that book. But this stuff ain't no gimmick, man. This stuff has to become a part of who you are, a part of your makeup, right? Influencing people is an art, not a gimmick. When you apply gimmicks in a superficial, mechanical manner, you go through the same motions as the person who has a way, but it doesn't work for you. And that's what happened to me. I'm like, man, I'm reading the book, I'm doing what it says, but I'm not doing it from a genuine place. The one successful way to get the things you want from life is to acquire skill in dealing with people. If you want to get the things that you want out of life, the best thing that you can focus on to transform your life in any situation is to become a master at how to deal with people. And dealing with people is dealing with ego. So you got to understand the human ego. So I'm going to give you some human ego stuff real quick, right? Because the human ego is such a precious thing to its possessors, and because a person will go to such extremes to defend against what he or she perceives as threats to their ego, the word egotism has a negative connotation. Edward Bach, an editor and humanitarian, said that what the world calls ego and conceit is really a divine spark planted in man, and that only those who had lighted the divine spark within them ever accomplished great things, right? Every human being is a special individual personality, and the most powerful drive in any person is to defend this important something against all enemies. So you got to think about it. Everybody is trying to protect their ego. Everybody, right? And if you want to successfully deal with people, then you have to understand the power that and the lengths that people will go through to defend their ego. So that means you have to take their ego in your hands with great care. And when you do that, you can get people to move mountains with you and for you. I'm going to give you some tips to do that. But here's the key. Here's the key. Unless you believe that there is a creator who has endowed us with unalienable rights, with an innate worth, you cannot very well believe in people. See, the thing that so last year, I started to think about what I was going to do in 2023 that was different than anything else I had ever done, right? And I felt the Lord prompted me to see people, right? See, as an entrepreneur, I'm an entrepreneur to my core. And if you know anything about entrepreneurship is simply an entrepreneur is someone who gets paid to solve problems, right? And one of the problems that I have is a lack of cash flow. So I'm always looking for problems to solve so that as I solve those problems, I can increase my revenue. I can increase my cash flow. I can increase my value. But God says you're seeing problems, you're seeing transactions, but you're not seeing people. If you start seeing people, the people that you see has the challenge that you need to solve. And if you see them first, you'll see how you can genuinely solve their problems, and they'll be happy to give you all of the money in their pocket for your solution. But if you don't see people, all you do is see transactions, all you do is see problems, all you do is see dollar signs, and it's going to cause you to miss the opportunities to build relationships that can help you transform your business, where the dollars may not be on the front end, but they may be on the back end. Right? In most cases, the dollars are on the back end when you create the genuine relationships. When you start to see people and you start to serve people, right? You start to sow into the lives of people, whether they have the ability to bring the return back to you, whether they have the ability to bear the fruit themselves, makes no never mind. There's a principle at play: seed, time, and harvest. If I sow the seed and I allow enough time where I nurture the seed as it's coming up and as God is making it do what it does, there's going to be a time that I'm going to reap a harvest, and that cannot not happen, because principles work whether you want them to or not, right? So in 2023, I've been charged to see people, right? I've been charged to let my guard down a lot more and become more vulnerable and let people in to my life, right? But it starts with every person that I see. I know that they are valuable. Why? Because the God I serve don't create junk, and the God I serve created everything. So if I see you, there's value there. Even if I have yet to uncover that value, even if you have yet to uncover that value, if I see you, I see value, because God didn't waste his time creating you if you didn't have anything valuable to bring to this world. So you got to believe that God created everybody for a special purpose, the same way he created you. And when you see people, see that first, right? Henry Kaiser said that you would automatically practice good human relations if you would remember that every individual is important, because every individual is a child of God. The person who realizes that they are something, not because of what they have done or how good they have been, but by the grace of God endowing them with an innate worth, develops a healthy self-esteem. The person who doesn't realize this tries to gain significance by making money, gaining power or celebrity, or in other obvious ways. Right? 4 facts that you need to plant in your mind. Number 1, we are all egotists. Every one of us. We've got an ego. We're trying to keep it intact, and we're trying to make sure that we protect and guard it at all times. Number 2, we are more interested in ourselves than anything else. Just accept that this is the truth. You are more interested in you than you are in anything else. Now, when I accept this, now I can put that into perspective, and I realize when I'm talking to another person, they are more interested in them than they are me. So I can make them feel better about themselves by also taking an interest in them. Number 3, every person you meet wants to feel important and to amount to something. If we start walking through life like this, number one, we're all egotists. So that person is trying his darndest, her darndest to protect their ego. Everybody is interested more in themselves than anything else on this planet. So I keep that in mind when I'm dealing with other people. Every person that I meet wants to feel important. They want to feel like they amount to something. So I got that in my head when I'm dealing with other people. There is a craving in everyone for the approval of others so that they can approve of themselves. I got to keep that in mind. People are seeking my approval, not just my approval because I'm something special. They're just seeking the approval of other people, period, so that they can approve of themselves. Yeah, we're going all the way in today. Y'all can tell I got a lot to cover. That's why I'm going so fast. If you missed it, you can go back and check out the replay on the Cortez Hustle YouTube channel. But yeah, let's get into some 1 minute motivation on the Cortez Hustle Show. If you're new here, every day, usually around 7:20, but I didn't even realize time is flying so bad. So let's get into some 1 minute motivation. Every day we play a short motivation, usually 60 to 90 seconds or so. I'm going to ask you to give your takeaways. I'm going to give you a couple of takeaways as well. So this is 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show.
We have two primary choices in life. We can either accept conditions as they exist, or we can take the responsibility to change them. See, a lot of people want to exempt themselves from taking responsibility. All they want to do is talk about the problem. Every time you see them, they'll tell you their story over and over and over and over again. No. You want to take responsibility for your life. I got me here. I can get me out of this. And I'm getting out. I'm not going to be a volunteer victim. I'm unstoppable. This will not get me down. You've got to make those kind of declarations to yourself.
I have never met anybody who became incredibly successful in any area of their life until they had suffered and sweated and sacrificed and kept their focus and fought through tears and trials and tests. And if you have a dream and you commit to it, it will come to pass.
You must have patience and engage in consistent action. We live in a world, ladies and gentlemen, where people want instant gratification. They want it right now. No, it's simple, but it's not easy. It's a system that if you work the system, it works if you work it. But make no mistake about it, it's hard.
It works if you work it, but understand it's going to be hard. See, as a marketer, I appreciate good marketing. And I remember coming up, even before I became a marketer, right? I just remember P90X commercials, and they would go through these hardcore workouts and tell you how hardcore it was going to be. And they were trying to discourage weak-minded people from buying their product, because they know that the results will only come from the strong-minded people. So they took the opposite approach of what every other fitness training program does. Every fitness training program tries to show you how you can get results without work. They did the opposite, and I resonate with that, right? Even when I was in direct sales, I would do my presentations different than anybody else. Right. See, most people, they would take you through the rigmarole and all these ups and downs and tell their stories and all that kind of stuff. And then they hit you with a price at the end. I flipped it and said, hey, if you like what you see, it's going to cost you X amount of dollars per month to rock with us. That way you can choose to get off my live stream. You can choose to leave the room right now. I want you to know that, yes, I'm going to sell you something at the end, and here's what it's going to cost you, so we don't waste time. You can leave now, or you can give me the opportunity to prove to you that what I have to offer is going to supersede what we're asking you to pay. Right? Suffer and sacrifice is part of the process. You're going to have to give something up. Right? You're going to have to hurt a little bit. Right? It's going to cost you some tears sometimes. It's going to cost you some relationships sometimes. Like, that's a part of the process. That's not the reason to quit. When you understand that that's a part of the process, then it becomes harder to quit. It's like, oh, I knew this was coming. Hey, I've been waiting on the rocky road to appear. I've been waiting on the troubled waters to show up. I've been preparing for it to get difficult, so I'm ready. Let's go. That's the test, my man Mark says. And when you pass that test, you've earned the right to live at the higher level, but you also earn the right to take a more difficult test. I don't know if people be understanding what they're asking for, Mark. When you pass one test, you've earned the right to pat yourself on the back, to stand at a slightly higher level, but you've also earned the right to be tested at a more difficult level. You've earned the right to receive a harder test. You just got to know that's part of the process. Don't be a voluntary victim, right? It's a fight, y'all. And it's okay that in this fight, you take a blow to the head and maybe it knocks you down to one knee. Maybe it knocks you flat on your back. Like Les Brown says, if you can look up, you can get up, right? You got to accept and take full responsibility, because in taking responsibility, you literally empower yourself to change your situation. When you blame other people, you are now empowering them to change your situation. And in most cases, they don't even know that you blame them for the cause of their situation. So when are they ever going to do anything to fix it? It's all my fault. Because if it's my fault, if I did it to make this situation what it is, then I can do something to make this situation different. That, ladies and gentlemen, is 1 Minute Motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by Local Biz Marketing Mastermind. It's our free Facebook group where we do live training every single week. This Saturday, we have a PLR workshop where I'm going to literally teach you how to take private label rights content and turn it into your own product so that you can sell it on your own website, your own sales funnel, give it away for free, or whatever you want to do with it. It's going to be able to help you build your brand. But we help small local businesses optimize their online presence, increase their lead flow, grow their revenue so they can expand their operations and contribute more to the communities that they serve. Join the Facebook group. It's free, Local Biz Marketing Mastermind, and get some of that free training. So we're going to continue this discussion, man. I've got a lot to cover, right? I got a lot to cover. My man Mark says, for sharing this. And please don't drop the mic with podcasts that will supersede the Turner and Disney podcast, giving them a value day in and day out. That's right, man. I'm building a multi-billion-dollar international media conglomerate that will one day surpass Ted Turner and Disney, right? And for those of you who don't know, Ted Turner is CBN, TBS, CNN, TBS, and Disney is ABC, ESPN. Yeah, I've got some giants to kill in this piece, but I'm going after it, man, because if they can do it in a single lifetime, guess what? I can do it too. So let's continue this conversation, man. Let's get to man, there was so much on ego, right? So I'm gonna jump over to the importance of making others feel important. Everyone is a millionaire in human relations. The great tragedy is that too many of us hoard our wealth, dole it out stingily, or don't even recognize we possess it. It is within your power to add to the feelings of personal worth of others. A kind word, man, goes a long way. It's in our personal power to look somebody in the eye and give them a smile, give them a nod, just say, I see you, right? There's, if you guys have ever watched Avatar, right? And it's funny, when I watch movies, man, I'm always, I go to movies to cry, right? And a lot of people think that's strange, but I know a good story, when told right, will always move you, right? And in the movie Avatar, they have this way of looking at each other and saying, I see you, right? And and, and it's not that I see you with my physical eyes. And it's not like I see your physical body. It's no, like I see inside of you. I see the depths of you. I see all that you are. I see the essence of you, right? And people need to feel that. And in Avatar 1 and 2, right? Almost every time they come to the point in the movie where they drop that line, it makes me cry. Because all of my life, I realize now, reading this study and doing these things, all of my life, I struggle from neglect, right? My mom was in an abusive relationship when I was a kid, right? So one of her escape plan was, let me start sending the kids away, because if I get rid of the kids, then I can flee with less to have to worry about, right? But all I knew was I was sent to a strange land to live with some strange people, and they had their families all around me, and I didn't have mine. So I suffered really bad from neglect, right? So all I've ever wanted in my life was for people to see me. So every time I see that in Avatar, right, it makes me cry every time. Right? I don't care how many times I watch it, it makes me tear up, right? But not just that, I every movie I go to, there's a reason for me to cry, right? And because I just allow myself to be moved by the emotion of the story, right? So let's get into let me do this. Let's, because we running out of time so quickly. So all of us are wealthy when it comes to our bank of helping others feel important, but we don't do it enough because people aren't doing it for us. So because we feel that people aren't telling us enough that we are appreciated, they're not telling us enough that they see us, then we withhold that from other people. Don't make the mistake of supposing that just because someone is successful or famous, they have no need for a feeling of importance. This is another trap. Somebody is doing big things, and we think because they're successful, they don't need to hear it. Wrong. They need to hear it too. Our feelings about ourselves are, to a large extent, reflections of the feelings other people seem to have about us. This is huge when you pay attention. So if you want people, especially we're talking about the people that you love and you care about, your spouse, your children, the people in your network, your business partners, your co-workers, like the people that you got to deal with on a regular basis, right? 4 ways to make others feel important. Number 1, think other people are important. There's 4 ways to make other people feel important. Number 1, you got to think that they are important. The first rule, and the easiest to apply, is simply to convince yourself once and for all that other people are important. They are important. You can't make others feel important in your presence if you secretly feel that they are nobodies. Number 2, notice people. This goes back to what I was talking about earlier. See people. Have you ever thought about the fact that you notice only those things that are important to you? Actually, you only see a fraction of what is around you. You select for attention only those things that are important to you. It's called a RAS filter, your reticular activating system, I believe is what it's called, right? It's like when you go and buy a certain model car. Now, every car you see on the road is that car or resembles that car, because now your reticular activating system is zoned in on that car because you happen to own one. Before you bought one, you never recognized that kind of car or that many of those cars on the road before. Number 3, don't compete with people. Or let me go back to notice people, right? When someone notices us, they pay us a big compliment. They are saying that they recognize our importance and give a big boost to our morale. We become more friendly, more cooperative, and actually work harder. And don't forget that when you are dealing with a group, try to acknowledge everyone in the group. Number 3, don't compete with people. This requires some discipline, as you are human and you have the same need and to feel important that everyone else does. So when someone has the stage and they're talking about themselves, we naturally want to jump in and share our stories too. And at the time and the place. Yeah, let people shine. Like, how you doing? Oh man, I'm doing great. I'm doing better. Hey, what you do today? They start going through their day and you start telling them about what your day was like, but you ask them what they did today. And now you don't even want to listen. Right? If you want to make a good impression on others, the most effective way is to let them know that you are impressed by them. It's one of my favorite quotes from this book of all time. If you want to make a good first impression, the most effective way is to let them know that you are impressed by them. Now, where I grew up, that was called riding somebody's jock. And that was culturally, that was shunned against. You didn't compliment people, or when people did well and everybody was giving them congratulations, you didn't join in on that because, man, you riding that person's jock. So some of us culturally have been misguided in how we deal with people, and it's showing up in our lives, and we don't know why. Some of us, it is extremely difficult to give somebody else a compliment because of the way we were raised. But remember, instead of blaming somebody else, it's your fault. Why? Because it's my fault that I bought into that. Well, since it's my fault, since I caused the problem, that I am now empowered to fix it. Number 4, know when to correct others. Usually when we correct or contradict others, it is not for the purpose of settling any real problems. It is usually to increase our feeling of importance at the expense of others. Ain't got nothing to do with them being wrong. It's got more to do with us trying to be right and make them look bad while doing it. Why? Because we are egotists. We are all egotists. Like, we all want everybody to know how smart we are, how much better we are than the next person, right? Now, how do you become more attractive, right? Or how do you, and I'm not talking about in your looks, I'm talking about how do you create an attractive energy or aura about yourself, right? Because a lot of times we think people are attractive because they're beautiful. A lot of times that's not the case. They're attractive because of how they treat people. So therefore, people want to be around them. They are attracted to them because how they make other people feel around them. Oh, I hope y'all get that. I hope y'all get that. Number 1, watch your walk. Your physical actions express your mental attitude. If something is weighing down someone's spirit, it invariably weighs down their body and they droop. Posture is important. Posture is important. We're talking about becoming more attractive, right? How do you create the aura that says, yes, you can trust your ego around me. Because that's what people who are charismatic, that's the energy that they give off. You can be around me and your ego is safe with me. Because we're all egotists, right? Number 2, your tattletale handshake tells the other person far more than you suspect about the way you feel about yourself. A person with a limp dish rag handshake is low on self-confidence. The bone crusher is apt to be compensating for a lack of self-esteem. The firm handshake with just a little squeeze and it says, I've got a firm grasp on things, and denotes self-confidence. Number 3, moderate your tone. We express ourselves through our voices more than in any other manner. The voice is the most highly developed means of communication. Your voice communicates more than ideas. It also portrays your feelings and feelings about yourself. Right? One of the reasons that I do the podcast, right? There's a few main reasons, but one of the reasons that I do this podcast is because I want to learn how to speak with confidence. I want to learn how to speak with authority. I want to learn how to speak without saying a million times. I want to learn how to convey a thought in a variety of ways. I want to learn how to take an idea from my head and present it at a 3rd grade level so that everybody can get it. Right? Because I understand the power in that. There's power in your ability to communicate. And as a leader, one of the most crucial skills that needs to be developed is your ability to communicate the vision. Because if I can't communicate the vision well enough, you will never buy in. And we already discussed earlier that nobody is getting to be successful by themselves. You're going to need other people. And how do you get other people to buy in? Is through your ability to communicate with confidence what you see so that they can get a glimpse of at least enough of it so that they can see how they can help you bring it to pass. Number 4, use the magic switch of a smile. A real, sincere smile turns on a friendly feeling in other people. Don't try to smile as a facial expression, but smile from within. Again, when you're around someone who has charisma, right? There's an inner joy, there's an inner glow about them, and it has only to do with how they feel about themselves and how important it is to transfer that feeling onto you. That's what charisma is all about. I feel so good about myself. I love myself so much. I just hope that something I do, something I say, the way I walk, the way I talk, something causes the way I feel about me to leap off into you so that you feel that way about yourself. That's why people are attractive. Because when I'm around them, my ego is intact. When I'm around them, they have a joy about them. They have an inner peace and an inner glow that radiates, and it's attractive. The only way to make people do better is to follow the advice of Winston Churchill. I have found that the best way to get others to acquire a virtue is to impute it to them. Let others know that you think they can be trusted and they will be trustworthy. People who try to make others improve by shaming, threatening, or advising on what they ought to do rarely succeed. Y'all getting any value? Is this helping somebody today? It's helping me. Attracting people with acceptance, approval, and appreciation. What is the secret of an attractive personality. We all know people who seem to naturally attract friends and customers. These people use the AAA formula to feed three basic hungers of all people. Number one, acceptance. It is essential that you accept people as they are, allow them to be themselves. Don't insist that anyone be perfect or change before you can like them. Whoever you are, I'm cool with that. That's who you are. And you don't got to change to be in my presence. You got to change in order for me to like you. I like you because God made you, and whatever reason God made you for, he's got a purpose. Right? I like that. Mark says, just like dating. Would you date yourself? Right? I like you because God made you. And the same God that made me made you. He made me special. So I'm assuming he made you special too. So let's get to know each other and figure out why God made us so freaking special. Number two, approval. This goes further than acceptance, which is somewhat negative in comparison. We accept others despite their faults and still afford them our friendship. Approval means something more positive, as it goes beyond just tolerating faults and find something we can like. You can always find something to approve of in others. When others get a taste of your approval, they will begin to change their behavior so that they can gain approval for other things too. Like a woman can't change a man, but she certainly can be his inspiration to change himself. A man can't change a woman, but he can be her inspiration to change herself. Number three, appreciation. The word appreciate means to raise in value. Stop and consider how valuable others are to you. Your wife, husband, children, boss, employees, customers. Emphasize their value in your mind, then figure out ways to let others know you highly value them. There are some ways that you can show appreciation. Don't keep people waiting. Scripture says, if you owe somebody, then give it to them today. Don't make them wait until tomorrow. If someone did something to bless your life, thank them right then and there on the spot, right? If there is someone you cannot see immediately, acknowledge their presence. Let them know that you will be with them as soon as possible. Thank people, treat people as if they are special. Nothing is more deflating to the ego than to get the routine treatment. We all want to be recognized for our own unique worth. Make everybody feel special when they're around you. Right? Last but not least, practice the art of listening. Look at the person who is talking. People worth listening to are worth looking at. And it will also help you concentrate on what they're saying. Number two, appear deeply interested. If you agree, nod your head. If they tell a story, smile. Respond to cues. Number three, lean towards the person. Ever notice how you tend to lean towards an interesting speaker and away from a dull one? Four, ask questions. This lets people know that you are still interested. Number five, don't interrupt. Instead, ask for more. People are highly complicated if you allow them to finish without interruption. People are highly complimented if you allow them to finish without interruption. But they are really flattered when you draw them out with, would you mind elaborating on that point a little bit more? Number six, stick to the speaker's subject. Don't change subjects no matter how anxious you are to get on to a certain topic. Number seven, use the speaker's words to get your point across. Repeat some of the points covered. This not only proves that you've been listening, but allows you to introduce your own ideas without opposition. Preface your own remarks with, as you previously pointed out. right? Mark is with me. He said, man, that tiny little book with that knowledge, I'm telling you, man, it is like, it's just a little 30-page little booklet, man, but it is powerful. So powerful that we skipped our new segment on Portrait of a Millionaire, but we'll get back to that this week. So I appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. I'm so blessed to be able to do this for y'all, but more importantly, to do it for me and for my family. And I don't take lightly that you give me of your time every morning to come hang out. Even those of you who pop in for a minute, those of you who are able to stay for the whole show, it means so much to me. And it gives me the courage and the motivation to continue to build this multi-billion-dollar international media conglomerate, starting with this podcast. And yes, Mark, it will one day surpass Ted Turner and Walt Disney in terms of value. So don't forget, we've got Facebook groups that you can join. We've got Digital Empire Builders Worldwide. We also have Local Biz Marketing Mastermind. So if you are a local brick and mortar business, that group is more for you. If you are more of a solopreneur, online business owner, e-commerce type coach, consultant, Digital Empire Builders Worldwide is more for you. But either way, we do some of the same trainings in both groups. But obviously, if you got a local brick and mortar store, there's some other things that are more important to you to growing your business and or your brand. So those are some of the things that we focus on in that group. If you are looking for forward to running Facebook ads and you just can't figure out that platform, we made it really, really easy for you to run Facebook ads with FB Ads Magic. And literally, we have tons and tons of pre-built ad campaigns with the copy, with the images and videos, and several different niches. They have been tested. They are true. They work. They convert. And we give you the back-end system to make all of that stuff happen. So make sure you connect with me if that's something of your interest. And that's it. Tomorrow, Michelle and I are going to be talking about 10 most common phobias, right? And you'll be surprised at what people are actually afraid of. And we're going to have some fun with that tomorrow. So make sure y'all come back, same time, same channels. Until I talk to you then, I want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.
You're tuned into the Cortez Hustle Show. Please like and subscribe.